Mixture as required is the last step of that start checklist.
Next thing to do, we gotta get the weather, right?
Yep, so that is 128.4.
Oh, he's been studying, I love it.
I got my diagram right here.
That's true.
IFR clearances, call clearance delivery 125.2.
Oh, I love it, man. You're such a pro.
Ground control 55 VFR.
I love that. That's good.
Rise on initial contact information on Victor.
Future ground, Skycatcher 520 for uniform is at the base of the tower. VFR departure to the northwest with Victor.
Beautiful.
Number 5204 in uniform, future ground, give way to the two Cherokees passing right to left and taxi to 21 right, Bravo Hotel Delta, cross runway 16.
Skycatcher 5204 uniform, it's runway 2 right, taxi via Bravo Hotel Delta, cross runway 16 uniform.
Alright, cool, let's go. Nice, dude.
There we
I
go.
still can't believe you're like a low-time sport pilot.
Well, thank you.
I think I have who did I fly? I flew with someone the other day. You do very well compared to some people. So,
Thank you.
keep up the good work.
Future ground, Skycatcher 5204 uniform, run up complete.
Skycatcher 04 uniform, hold short, runway 21 right, monitor tower.
Hold short, runway 21 right, and monitor tower, Skycatcher 5204 uniform. My waypoint, what are we here? Tower 120.9.
Yep. Let's go ahead and plug it in to standby and flip it over.
And let's go hold short.
Let's do it.
November 5204 uniform, Peachtree Tower, runway 21 right, clear for takeoff, right turn northwest is approved.
Right turn northwest is approved, clear for takeoff, runway 21 right, Skycatcher 5204 uniform.
Sweet. Pressure, oil temperature, 2350. All the engine gauges look good. We got lots of airspeed coming up. Very good center line control. Coming up on 50.
Tower, maintain 1,500 inbound. Tail touch earlier,
There
clear
she
land west
Money. Probably a good time to start turning. Alright, crosswind. We'll make just a 90-degree turn to our right. We'll turn a crosswind. Keep climbing up to 2,000 feet. Alright, now we can start turning over towards King of Queens. Go on a northwest departure. Should be probably about a 3, 4, 5 heading. Sweet.
Alright, let's get that trim in.
Yeah, don't be shy to use the trim as like all the way through that climb, you know, you don't have to fight it.
Yeah, I'm feeling my muscle now without...
Yeah, I got arm day, right?
I remember to breathe, but I gotta listen to my body.
We're going to Jasper, so we gotta plug something in to get us there on our GPS. How would you type in Jasper? The identifier for Jasper is K Juliet Zulu Papa.
Hey. Oh. It's like a sobriety test. Juliet Zulu Papa?
Yeah, now rub your head and pat your tail at the same time. Yeah, Juliet Zulu Papa.
Alright.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Alright.
Alright, sweet. That's taking you right there. Looks good to me. And how would you find out the frequency is beautiful, right? You just kind of switch it over. You see which runways they've got. 16, 3/4, 5,000 feet long, 100 feet wide, hard surface, got lights all the time.
Cool. Left traffic.
Left traffic pattern. Good. AWAS is 118550. Why don't we kind of go ahead and be proactive and just dial that in? We don't have to worry about any of that once we get closer.
118550.
dude, you're picking this up quick.
Yeah, it's going pretty smooth.
I have another guy, I'm like, okay, you know, it's dialing it, and they're like, I don't, like, what? I have 2 screens? So good.
It is, when the avionics master's off and like everything's crammed over here, it is like, I have to get used to that.
Oh, switching over?
Like I was going to check RPMs before that was on.
Oh, I see.
And I was looking over, and I was like, wait, but that's not on. I can't know my RPM.
Yeah, you're like, where'd it go?
Yeah.
To get just a little bit further, we're currently leaving the departure corridor of McCollum off to your left there. You see it?
Sorry, what now?
There's another airport out there. You see it?
Oh, I do.
That's McCollum International Airport.
Oh.
We're kind of in the departure arrival corridor for 27. So.
Oh yeah. See a helicopter over there.
Yeah, as I say, some people. Hey, there you go. It's Blackhawk. Nice. Ooh. He's not on ADSB. That's how I know he's Blackhawk.
Yeah.
He's a secret. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Even like, so, like, you know, I had this thing, right, and I'm always like listening to it, and I'm looking down at it, and I'm like, we're still VFR. We gotta be looking outside for traffic because there are plenty of aircraft that do not have ADSB.
Sure.
We are in a mode C veil, but military people don't always have to have it on because they can do whatever they want.
They can do what they want.
We got a guy to our 2 o'clock, same altitude, about 3 miles away. I want you to start looking for him and tell me when you find him. 2 o'clock. We're gonna get some practice taking a look at traffic and finding it.
Yeah.
And I think I got eyes on him. I'm looking for him. He's more like 230 outside the white window if you wanted to look.
Oh, I got him right over there.
Sweet. All right, so who's
behind this thing?
Who's got the right of way here?
That's a good question.
So the aircraft to the right always has the right of way. So if you're looking at someone to your left, you're the aircraft to the right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's go ahead and
easy to remember.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. We're gonna. The proper technique to avoid traffic is to turn right and allow him to pass in front.
Oh.
There we go.
So if you were on the right, oh wow, look at his heading too.
He's a jet.
Ooh, cool.
He's probably on the visual from McCollum. That's okay.
Yeah.
Or VFR traffic. We're doing everything right. He's on IFR, so they probably said VFR traffic, same altitude. Yeah. You know, 10 o'clock. Watch out for him. All right, you got controls, or take it back to where we were. So that's a proper traffic avoidance.
Cool. So if you're on the yeah, and then that's good to know too, because if you're let's swing back over here. If you're on the right and you see them do that, then you're like, okay, he saw me. And he's making way.
Yeah, I'm still going to look, right? So if I'm on the right and I'm sitting there going, you know, I'm not going to go to my grave going, I got the right of way, right?
Yeah, like, turn. Yeah, like.
So he had the right of way, and I saw him, he made it a little bit of an evasive maneuver, too. He descended, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he did. He went down a couple hundred feet.
He probably had us in sight, and ATC was probably saying, hey, you got traffic 10 o'clock VFR. And he said, you know, traffic in sight, we're going to descend. Or they might say, recommend descend 500 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, they told us that coming in a couple times ago.
Yep. So
12 o'clock, same altitude.
Always be looking for traffic. You'll always be, you know, have all the tools available to you. I'd like to encourage people to use this as well as looking outside.
Sure.
That's our legal obligation. Sweet. So you just got a nice impromptu lesson on traffic avoidance.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jet.
Right.
He was going quite fast too.
Yeah, those things, he's probably going as slow as he can, honestly. He's going 170 knots. That's about as slow as they'll go before they get on final. Wow. They'll land at like 140, 150. All right, we're gonna configure the aircraft for a power off stall, which we're already kind of configured in, right? Yeah. But we're gonna do one other thing. We're gonna make this mixture rich because we're gonna configure for the recovery, which is gonna be full power, right? So we don't ever want to go full power with the mixture lean and a maneuver, which is that's what the POH says. We can make this full rich, and then we'll establish a descent. So let's reduce the power to about 1500 and just kind of point the nose down and establish a stable descent. You can trim it as needed.
Yeah, it's all the way down. And I'm still pushing on it.
All right, go power to idle and just keep it pointed down. Simulating we're on short final.
All right, power to idle.
Power all the way out. Okay, now let's start flaring. Let's pick the nose up. We're in ground effect. We're looking straight ahead. We're keeping that nose centered. We're using our feet, right? See, find a little point. Keep your nose pointed right at it. Keep that nose coming back up. Keep it coming up. Keep it coming up. Keep it coming back. Keep it coming back. Keep it coming back. A little bit of left rudder. Keep that nose pointed at the cloud. Keep it pumping. Keep it coming. There it is.
There it is.
Drop the nose. Full power. Don't get it. Yeah, easy up on the thing right there. Beautiful. That's awesome.
Okay, yeah.
That's called an incipient stall.
Yes.
We didn't do it. I just wanted you already knew everything. I just wanted to kind of talk you through it. Awesome. Okay, we arrested the descent. Let's take a notch of flaps out.
Yeah. 46 Delta Mike 6,500.
Alright, you should go full power here.
To the northwest. High hard.
Second notch of flaps.
Papa Delta Kilo.
Alright. And last notch of flaps.
Alright.
Alright, let's climb back to 3,000. Awesome job, dude. Good recovery.
Hey, thank you.
That was very smooth, very quick. I can tell you've been studying and kind of doing the flows. part of the recovery, or sorry, the ACS standards is going to be the recovery, where they want to see, okay, you've remained on your heading, you gave it full power, and the reason they're looking at that is because when you give it full power, you're giving it a bunch of left turning tendencies, and it'll slow airspeed. So if you don't do anything, we can demonstrate what it does.
Yeah.
It'll literally, it's not going to flip you over, but the nose is just going to go way over here.
Yeah. So
they wanted to make sure that you push the nose down and you give it full throttle, and you actually give it a bunch of right rudder, just appropriately enough to keep it on that heading. All right, we have an aircraft to our 1 o'clock, same altitude, a couple miles away. Let me know when you see him.
Oh yeah, 1 o'clock. I know how time works.
I know, right?
Acting like my daughter. Same altitude, couple miles away.
And I got a hint for you. It's bright yellow. It's actually probably closer to 2 o'clock. Now let's see. I kind of want to find him now too. There he is. Got eyes on him yet? He's small.
No.
Yeah,
oh, there he goes.
There he is. He's a bright yellow Cirrus that they keep over at PDK.
Every time I go there, then he's behind the thing.
Yeah, I know, right? He's right here.
Cool.
Sweet.
You said bright yellow, and I'm thinking like what? Like Piper Cub, or on your screen?
It
right?
is bright. Well, no, he actually is bright yellow.
Oh yeah.
In real life.
Oh yeah, you did just say that.
I was just trying to brag that I knew what plane it was. Wait, see the airport yet? How far are we?
7 miles. With this visibility, we should be able to spot it.
I got it in sight.
I think I see it's basically dead ahead.
I see it.
Big clearing there.
Yeah, good.
Looks like a runway that we're coming in.
Let's get the weather, because we're getting kind of close.
Yep.
You've already dialed it in.
I got it in there. Okay.
And while we do that, we can try to dial in the Unicom.
Altimeter 3012, density
3012.
altitude 2700.
All right, we've got that. We're going to use runway 34. Actually, I'm sorry, 16. I think is what I want to use. So let's use 16. All right. So bug your heading for 160.
Yep.
Give you a reference of the runway.
Runway 23 is preferred.
Once we get past the airport, we'll start our ascent to pattern altitude, and then we'll make a right teardrop turn for the left downwind of 16.
All right.
After that, we're going to do a couple low approaches, and we're just going to do some traffic circuits, right? We're going to focus on the downwind, crosswind, downwind, base turns. All right. So keep it at 3,000. I'm going to make some calls for you so we can focus on that part of the lesson rather than talking to people. There's a couple people here playing with us, so we can slow down if we want to, like 2,200 RPM. All right, so we're just give some time,
and we're just gonna do just a 90-degree turn and just overfly it at this altitude. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
midfield. All right.
Yeah, once you get kind of close to the middle of the field, you can go ahead and turn right, and you just fly straight out towards those mountains over there.
Cool.
Pickens traffic, Skycatcher 5204 uniform, 3 miles to the southwest, and across overhead midfield. Do a right teardrop for 16, low approaches, Pickens.
I see, right teardrop to get us on left downwind for 16.
Yep. That's all the Blackhawks we saw a minute ago. There's 3 of them there. That's so cool. If you want to take a look at them, I can take control. They're like hovering on the middle of the field right now.
Oh, I see. Wow.
6, turn left, base, 16, Pickens.
That's cool as heck.
All right.
And
Start this
Pickens traffic, guard helicopters are clear of 16.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, Alexa, she just had 2 more helicopters land.
She's giving her that advisory. That was someone from the FBO, right? So there's an FBO at all these airports, and they're watching what's going on out there. And she just said, I think Alexis, which might be the instructor in the aircraft that's on base.
Yeah.
You just had 2 more helicopters land. So there's remember we talked a little bit about wake turbulence?
Oh yeah.
So helicopters also give wake turbulence, and they're kind of weird, and they linger a little bit longer than the aircraft because they don't have the same pattern, right? They just kind of push air straight down.
Yeah.
And they can create little kind of like tornadoes that will flip you over. So I think we're going to be okay, but we're going to be kind of diligent that that's a possibility, and then be ready to make adjustments as needed if we start to feel something happen.
All right.
All right, so we'll fly out now. We've crossed overhead midfield, so we're going to start our descent to pattern altitude. We can keep this as a perfect RPM and speed setting. We'll just kind of do 70 knots here. Once we get like maybe a mile away, a couple miles away, we'll take that right teardrop, give us some time to get everything nice and set up. While we do that, we run through our flows, make sure it's rich. Our brakes are they work. Our pedals are set. Frequencies are good. Lights can come on.
Sorry, are we descending before the teardrop or not?
No, we're descending.
Okay.
So once you actually cross overhead of the field, then
go ahead and join. Yeah.
Then you can descend.
Okay.
So you want to join the left downwind for right at pattern altitude.
Got it.
All right, let's start making that teardrop now. We're at a good distance from the airport. We'll just make a nice standard, 10, 20 degree turn. Probably 20 degree turn, just to kind of bring it around. We can keep that descent coming too, so we're climbing. You want to keep that nose pointed down. Very good.
Pickens traffic.
You can pull some of that power as I hear that airspeed coming up.
You can be turning in on Alpha 3 there.
All right, 2,500 feet pattern altitude. We're getting a little low.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking 2,000. All right.
Okay. Well, they changed, and that's why we like to bug it, right?
Then that turn actually wasn't that bad.
We bugged it.
Yeah.
So remember, we're always going to bug the pattern altitude before we get here. So in case you forget, we go. Where are we going? Heading bug. All right. Okay, we're beating the end of the runway.
Yep.
Power's okay right here. Let's pull first degree to flaps. Look for that 45 degree angle.
Pickens traffic, Sky Catcher 5204, uniform left downwind, turn left base for runway 16, Pickens.
Right, I'd call it there.
All right, so let's kind of reduce that power just a little bit more. And keep the nose coming down as you make this base turn. So let's pull the power back to about 1,700 right now. All right, keep it coming back, good. And level out of this base turn, we're making a nice square turn. A little fast, so let's pull the power back to 1,500 now. A little high, keep the nose pointed over here. We're gonna go straight over here. Okay, we're below 85, flaps 20. Good, we're almost to 70. We're gonna turn base right around here. All right, or sorry, final. Don't listen to her, she just doesn't know what she's talking about. Oh, beautiful. All right, line it up right down the center line. Okay, we're below 70. Once you get lined up on final, once you pull that final notch of flaps. All right, I do see two whites, so we're a little high, but we got lots of space, right? So we can pull a little bit of power and kind of point it towards 16.
Pickens traffic, Sky Catcher 5204, uniform final 16. Touch and go, Pickens.
All right, I want you to try and do a touch and go this time. I'm gonna be right here with you. I know we said we're gonna do a low approach. This one looks pretty good, and I think this will be a good warm-up one. This will be your first touch and go. We're just gonna put it on the ground. Speed's good, add a little bit of power, just a little bit. Good, right on the center line. Very good. Leave this power in here and keep flying it. There you go. Keep flying. Don't add any power.
Little cross load.
That's okay. Whenever you see it going to the left, you see the nose pointed left, should have pointed to the right feet. Got it. Okay, got your flaps. All right, full power.
Feet on floor, heels on floor.
Very good.
Okay, that's good.
Nice job, dude. That was good. So when you see that center line kind of getting off the side there,
yeah,
point it with the nose. Point the nose with the feet.
Trim. There we go.
Heck yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was not bad. I like that.
That was mint. All right, this time we're gonna come in kind of fast, right? And I'm gonna demonstrate what happens with ground effect. All right, you're gonna fly it, right? You're gonna get it down to the ground effect, but I want you to come in at like 80 knots. We're gonna come in really fast.
Okay.
We're gonna try to get it nice and low. We're gonna be very careful with the controls because at that speed, at that altitude, we're gonna have lots of elevator authority. So if we do any sudden movements and we push the nose down, right, it's gonna have a lot of authority. It's gonna try and push us to the ground. But you see, when we get down there, you're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna just float.
Yeah.
So once you get to 2,000, we'll turn left crosswind. Nice job, dude. That was like the best landing you've done yet. I mean, you were a little sideload and you were like, dang, you're already criticizing yourself. But dude, that was good. That was mint.
There was the PDK one on that first day of landings was just, I mean, you could hear the greaser, but it was a little sideload there, and I remember thinking,
I'll help you out the next one we do that we actually land because we'll,
Pickens County traffic.
I'll just sit here and use my feet.
I did feel that the ground effect a little bit, paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Get back up.
Good. Yeah, this time we had a little bit of power in, right? So they can be a little bit softer and they'll descend a little bit slower once you get into ground effects. See how it just wanted to fly?
And I felt it get bushy.
Yep.
And I feel like there was one little bit of pressure I added that if it was just a little slider, we would have just kept sliding down.
That was good. All right, you can turn down whenever you're ready.
All right.
Pickens traffic, Sky Catcher 5204, uniform left downwind at 16, Pickens.
Pickens County traffic, helicopter 3 Bravo Zulu, final 16 Pickens.
That's a helicopter? Interesting. All right, we introduced that power at 2,500, so pull the power back to about 2,200 RPM. We should cruise around like 80 or so. and trim it out as necessary and throughout all phases of flight. I can see you fighting it over there.
Yeah.
Once you start to anticipate, okay, what am I going to need or what am I feeling? I would start with this, right? So you do a lot of other things before you go, okay, I'm tired of holding this. Do it all the way through the phases of flight, like in the climb, and as you push it forward, you should be using that to help you out. It's going to be a constant thing you're changing.
Yeah, okay.
All right, slow it down just a little bit. I'm going about 1800. We'll start our descent. Once you see 45-degree angle, judge it for you can go ahead and turn base.
Pickens traffic, got catcher 5204, uniform left base 16 Pickens.
Oh, a hawk. That's pretty cool.
All right, he's a real hawk. We're some kind of we're the fake hawk.
Yeah. A real sky hawk.
Let's level out. Beautiful. Get that descent coming down. We want to be about 500 feet AGL, which is 2,000 feet when we turn final. So we got a little aggressive with our base pitch there.
Yeah.
Alright, this turn final. We're going a little bit faster, so let's turn final a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave this powering because we want to come in fast this time just to demonstrate something.
Okay.
So we're doing good. This all looks good. You see though, you're like, this sucks though, right? If you're going way too fast, you're not gonna be able to descend, but we're still gonna try and land it.
Pickens traffic, got catcher 5204, uniform final 16, low approach only, Pickens.
Okay, aim it towards 16, right the numbers. Yeah, aim it to the numbers, go right, aileron, get it over there. Aim the nose with the I want to feel this, right? So keep that nose on the thing. Pull the power to idle, all the way out to idle, and just get it down to ground effect, trim it as needed. You're probably going to have to trim it up just a little bit to be comfortable. Yeah. Get down to ground effect, and just see how it just wants to keep floating, right? Yeah. Like even right here, you feel it, it's pushing you. It's pushing you. It's pushing you. And you're just going to keep floating. Keep that nose pointing right here. Alright, we're going to go around. So, power, keep it down in ground effect. Alright, keep flying. Got some airspeed. See how it wants to fly in ground effect?
Look at it, just ballooning me up, yeah.
Yep. Alright, cool. You got controls. Let's go on. We just did our first go around, right? So I haven't really introduced go arounds too much to you yet.
Yep.
Because most of your approach has been decent enough to land. So if you ever do something like that, you're like, I'm going too fast, I'm running out of runway, there's a helicopter, there's a coyote, something, right? You got National Guard guys hanging out on the runway. You know, if you have to go around 100 times, that's fine. You know, you just need one good landing.
Yeah.
No shame in going around, even at a towered airport like PDK where they're rushing you and you feel like you're in the way. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm going around. Why are you going around? I was unstable. Yeah, unstable, didn't feel comfortable. You don't have to tell them that, just say unstable. All right, 500 feet AGL. We can turn crosswind. We'll level out at 2,500. And this time we're going to try and do another normal landing, just a touch and go. We'll do full flaps, so slowly walk yourself through the procedure. Let's get a beam me into the numbers.
No, we're good.
That's all right. I love that you're actually using the heading bug and your wing on the HSI to...
Yeah, the heading bug is great. Yeah, see, now I can't wait to get back over the runway. I feel like I'm feeling it.
No, you're doing good today. This is awesome. You've made a huge leap. I can tell you've been studying, you've been doing the ground. Good time to take a deep breath, though, and say, all right, let's just chill. Everything needs to be nice and zen. I don't need to get too excited.
Yeah.
All right. Flying airplanes is just like kind of helicopters, all that stuff, especially helicopters, you know, when they're hovering. A lot of people try to over-control it, and they end up hovering like crap. They're all over the place. Because you kind of just got to be zen, and you're like, I'm not really doing anything, right? And that's kind of what you want the aircraft to do, is nothing.
Right.
Same thing with all this stuff. Like, if we're all over the place, we're just doing too much.
If not, yeah.
So we want to just kind of make small adjustments, nice, smooth inputs. And this is okay. This is a little bit of a bigger pattern this time.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because, you know, it's going to give you a little more time to get set up. Yeah. Let's start slowing it down. 2,200 RPM.
Pickens traffic, got catcher 5204, uniform left downwind 16 Pickens.
2,500. We won't start descending below pattern altitude until we do a beam in the numbers, right?
Okay.
So I noticed we've been descending about 200 feet before we get there. That's okay right now. So see how we're really far out.
Yeah.
If we continue our normal descent now,
that's true. We won't make it.
We're going to be in the weeds. So kind of level out here. We're going to have to adjust our altitude and our pattern.
Okay.
You can turn a little earlier now since we're so far out. Sure, add a little bit of power as we get slow in this turn because we're maintaining altitude now. There we go. We won't turn a full base, so we can probably whip it over to the highway just a little bit more. That's okay. Now it's looking better. Alright, we're about 600 feet above the ground. We want to turn final. We're at 500 feet above the ground. So right here is kind of where we want to be once we get over there to turn final. Okay. Kind of just cruise it right here. Let's go ahead and do 1 notch of flaps. We're below 100 knots.
There we go.
Introduce that power just a little bit. Constant power adjustments and trim adjustments. And we're a little fast. Let's start pulling some power out. About 1800.
Pickens County traffic, helicopter 3 Bravo Zulu, left downwind 16 Pickens.
Pickens traffic, Sky Catcher 520 for uniform left base to final 16 Pickens.
Alright, go ahead and turn that final.
Realm traffic, that's the 830, 7 miles.
We're a little low, so try to avoid descending too much now. We're a little fast, so we're gonna maybe overshoot here unless you bring it around. It looked pretty good. Nice, good recovery.
Landing on that rudder.
Yes, very good. Keep that rudder moving. I like to see the direction dancing. That's the first time I felt it moving. Okay, now you're pointing the nose at the runway right here. So as we come back around, just doing this the whole time, keeping that nose pointed right at it. Reduce that power. We're going a little fast, so we're at 85, second notch of flaps. All right, pull the power. Keep that nose pointed right at it.
Pickens traffic, short final 16, touch and go Pickens.
All right, 70. Let's go final notch of flaps. All right, point it down at the runway. We're gonna power to idle. Power all the way down. I think it is. Yeah, just point it down to the ground. Let's get down to ground effect.
Okay.
Keep that nose pointed right here at the center line, and then adjust the bank as needed. Ooh, that was a little bit of helicopter wake right there.
Wow. All right.
Okay, keep it flying. Keep it going. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Beautiful. Dude, you saw how much you needed?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Good adjustment of the flaps. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that felt good. Sorry, dancing a little bit.
Yeah, sorry. We got some helicopter.
Is that wake?
Yep.
Ah, we can rotate.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right. Feeling that bush like in a stall.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard the stall horn come on, right?
Yeah.
If you hear the stall horn right at touchdown with like inches above the ground, you just hear all you hear is 2 tires go.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And as long as you see how we didn't have any side load that time because we were dancing the nose right there pointed at the center line. So we're constantly moving this throughout the phases of flight as we get slower and slower and slower. And keep that right there pointed at the center line. And we're over top of the center line and just kind of grease it down. Awesome job, dude.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts. Also the rudder control too. Instead of like jamming on and then jamming on that, keeping a little bit of pressure on both feet and then either letting off
just
the
a little bit
opposite foot. Yeah.
Very good, man. You're coming along. That was quick.
I need to bring a bottle of water next time.
Alright, we go flaps 30. Good.
Pickens traffic, Sky Catcher 5204, uniform final 16, touch and go Pickens.
Alright, let's get it down the runway. We're a little, we're okay on speed. Get down to ground effect first, so just power to idle, push the nose down. We're pulling up a little too much. We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Point the nose.
Yep, there we go, thanks.
Point the nose. There we go. There you go.
Touch and go.
You were kind of got your feet there. You got down and you're like, oh, the plane's going somewhere, and you're like, I'm not doing anything. That's okay. Otherwise, I thought that was really good. Your first 3 or so were really good. This is called, I forgot the name, but the type of learning we're doing is just constantly doing it, right? We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it will always have a point of kind of diminishing returns.
That's what I was feeling.
And burnout.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've done it with anybody, right? But I thought you've done so well with what we've kind of thrown at you each time. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go practice this because I know you're gonna digest it. Next time we'll come back and do a couple. All right, we'll combine a bunch of other maneuvers with a couple of those.
Yeah.
Up to 3,000. All right, and we'll level out there. Island where we can get decent with all these things. Because right now you're doing really well. I think within like 3 or 4 more flights, you're probably gonna be ready for solo. Maybe 2 or 3 more flights, 2, 3 more, 4 more flights. I'm not gonna just jump out the plane whenever you're not ready. But I'm thinking, I gotta get you where you can land the plane first, and we'll start thinking about it, right?
Right. Yeah, I would like that as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump out of the plane, but you're progressing so quickly that I want to get you to like, okay, we tackled the basics. Let's tackle some other stuff, and then when we're ready, we're all gonna, all parties are ready. We're going solo.